Please rise and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to RPtv. Today is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. For the last few weeks, the island of Puerto Rico has been overwhelmed with a series of earthquakes and aftershocks. And earlier this morning, they were hit once again. Barbie has the details.
A 6.4 magnitude earthquake struck Puerto Rico this morning, with several other strong tremors just the day after it was hit by 5.8 magnitude earthquake. The earthquake had struck around 4:24 a.m. the local time. Center was 6 miles south of Puerto Rico's southern coast. Several strong quakes had followed, including 6 magnitude quake striking the south of Indios at 7:18 a.m. local time. Damage of houses and a church was reported in Guanilla by the mayor. Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority reported widespread outages across the island after its power plants had activated an auto-protective mechanism following the earthquake. Puerto Rico Governor Wanda Vazquez Garcet urged the citizens to stay calm and stay safe while the government responded to the earthquake. According to the U.S. National Tsunami Warning Center, no tsunami is expected following the earthquakes.
The excitement of the upcoming presidential election will be coming to New Jersey later this month, as President Trump has scheduled a major campaign rally in South Jersey. Colin has that report.
President Donald Trump will be soon returning to New Jersey, but not for rest and recreation, but to hold a Make America Great Again rally on Tuesday, January 28, 2020, at the Wildwood Convention Center at 7 p.m. President Trump looks forward to returning to the Garden State to celebrate his message of promises made, promises kept, said Michael Glassner, the chief operating officer of Trump's re-election campaign. This will be the first time a Republican will hold a rally in the state since being elected president. 2016, Trump held a rally in Lawrenceville, also doubled as a fundraiser to help get rid of Governor Christie's debt from his failed presidential campaign. Jeff Van Drew, a U.S. representative who recently switched parties from Democrat to Republican, will be showing their support to Trump during the rally. President Trump's rally will be fulfilling a promise he made a few months ago when he said he'd visit New Jersey to spread awareness of his re-election in November.
And now it's time for announcements. Dance Club will meet on today at 3 p.m. in the auditorium. New members are welcome to join us. Come dressed to dance. The Gay Straight Alliance will have a meeting on January 8th after school in room 18. All are welcome and confidentiality is a must. French Club meetings are Wednesday, January 8th after school in room 3. The new movie day for Ratatouille will be Wednesday, January 15th after school in the library. Art Club and National Arts Honor Society will be meeting Fridays after school in room 102 during the school year. We're working on projects and sometimes exploring new media. Come join us. Attention all juniors. Check your school email for an important message regarding song suggestions for the Junior Gala. You can make suggestions via email or leave one in Miss Hernandez's mailbox in the office. The gala will be held at the Westwood in Garwood on Thursday, February 27th. More details are to follow. Attention senior girls as future teachers. 3 scholarships shall be awarded this year, $1,000 each, and 2 additional educational awards in the amount of $500 each. Applicants should have very good academic achievement, SAT score minimum of 980, or ACT score of 21 and a B average. Community service, extracurriculars, and honors or awards are all positives to include. A writing sample must be submitted, 2 letters of recommendation if so, acceptance to your college. See Miss Moore or Miss Astuto in guidance for application. Do not hesitate to apply for this if you meet the criteria. It's always exciting to move into a new home, but for one couple in Georgia, it became a harrowing experience, all because of one little rodent. Barbie has that story.
An Atlanta couple said they came home from winter vacation to find their house had been ransacked by a squirrel. Carrie and Dustin Dries brought their first home last month. An alarm went off in their house, but their friends said there were no damages to doors or windows. When the couple came home, their house was a mess with floors scratched up, baseboards chewed on, and kitchen faucet running. A squirrel had fallen down from their chimney and was trapped in the house, defecating and scratching at everything to get out. We're stressed at first, but we are like, this is why you have a homeowner's insurance. It's in situations like this. And so we weren't too stressed. Carrie Dries said, but the couple's home insurance provider, Mercury Insurance, told them it wouldn't cover the damages caused because a squirrel isn't a rodent, which is not covered under the policy. The couple will need to repair furniture, windows, floors, walls, and have a home professionally cleaned.
Stay tuned and we will be right back. Thanks for watching and have a great Tuesday. Stay tuned for CNN 10.
You guys who tweeted me are totally right. This isn't just our second show of the year. This is our second show of the decade. and it's great to have you watching CNN 10 in 2020. I'm Carl Azus at the CNN Center. Our first topic today concerns American servicemen and women in the Middle East. Yesterday we told you about the back and forth attacks involving the U.S. and Iran. Those have been carried out over the past few weeks in Iran's western neighbor, Iraq. That country is an ally of both America and Iran. Experts estimate that thousands of American troops are in Iraq. So are a number of militias that Iran supports. A U.S. airstrike killed a high-ranking Iranian general last week in the Iraqi capital of Baghdad. Afterward, Iraq's parliament voted to expel American troops from the country. Analysts believe lawmakers are trying to keep Iraq from being caught in the middle of a conflict between the U.S. and Iran. But a large part of the Iraqi population doesn't agree with the decision. It wants American troops to stay, and many of Iraq's lawmakers didn't attend the vote. It's not clear if the decision will actually lead to American troops leaving. There are deep divisions in Iraq. After the Iranian general was killed there, some Iraqis celebrated in the streets. Others mourned at his funeral and called for revenge against America. The U.S. has military bases in several countries across the Middle East. Many of those nations are hoping that tensions between the U.S. and Iran calm down and that a conflict will be avoided. One challenge for America is deciding how many troops will serve in the region and where they should be stationed. The Pentagon is deploying an additional 3,500 American troops to the area, according to estimates. Officials want to have an increased U.S. presence there in case Iran takes revenge for the airstrike against its general, as the nation has promised it would.
These additional 3,500 or so troops that are moving to the Middle East this week, some initially left at the end of last week and days before that, that is in fact their job. They are there for so-called force protection, protecting U.S. bases, U.S. embassies, U.S. assets and interests in the region. They are not going to be a force in combat against Iran by any stretch. That's not what they're equipped for. If you were to have some full-scale war combat operation against Iran, that's going to be something from the air and the sea, not a land force. So, go to the map that we have for a minute. It shows the dispersal of tens of thousands of U.S. troops across the region. And that is all potentially an Iranian target list. That is the real challenge here. How do you go ahead and protect all of this? Defenses have been increased, force protection's been increased, security awareness has been upticked, but this is going to be a real challenge. And how long do you maintain this enhanced posture? Can you really do it forever?
10-second trivia. What body of water is located along the border between Israel and Jordan? The Dead Sea, the Sea of Galilee, the Gulf of Aqaba, or the Red Sea? It's the salty Dead Sea that's between Israel and Jordan, and it has the lowest elevation on Earth's surface. And though researchers say they've found a place that's considerably lower than that, setting a new record for the deepest point on land, you can't really visit it, and you can't really even see it. The Denman Glacier is located in eastern Antarctica. Glaciologists at the University of California were mapping it out using new technology. They were combining radar measurements, satellite information, and snow accumulation data. And they say this allowed them to locate a valley that's hidden underneath the ice sheet. The trough is reportedly about 62 miles long and 12.5 miles wide. But here's the kicker, it's deep. Researchers say it plunges 2 miles below sea level, which would make it more than a mile deeper than the bottom of the Dead Sea. Of course, the ocean's deepest trenches are much lower than this, but what we're talking about is the lowest point on land. And the Antarctic trough apparently has no ocean water. Scientists say it's filled with ice that flows toward the Antarctic coast. They're hopeful that their research will help scientists study the continent for decades to come. But if anyone back in the 1960s said we'd one day have a shopping cart that would help customers check out, they totally nailed it. The smart cart you're about to see is kind of like a self-checkout kiosk on wheels. Does it cost more than a standard shopping cart? Yes, though we don't know how much more. Could it eventually take the jobs of cashiers? Yes. It won't be able to help you like a cashier can, and there are questions about how long each smart cart will last, but they could bring a very different look to grocery aisles in the years ahead.
Today, grocery stores are facing competition from the biggest names in online retail. That's why a company called Caper is making a shopping aisle staple smart.
We thought we'd take a conventional tool that everybody knows how to use and pack it full of technology and sensors. Right now, you could basically throw in weighted goods like your fruits and vegetables, and the cart will actually weigh it for you. It'll recommend you particular items based on where you are in the store. It'll help you check out. So we have these bagging hooks inside of our cart to allow customers to bag their groceries as they go, so that after they're done paying, they could just grab their bags and walk out of the store.
That kind of grab-and-go technology is already in place at Amazon Go stores. There, a complex system of cameras, sensors, and AI track every product a customer interacts with.
So we wanted to make sure that as the customer walks into the store, they could just grab our cart and go. That being said, we're working with the grocery stores right now, and you could log into your loyalty program within that store, so we have a better idea of who you are, how you purchase, and to really complement you as that end user. Basically, the ultimate vision and what we're building towards is that a customer would walk into the store, they grab something off the shelf, and when they throw it in the cart, all the sensors and the technology in the cart will immediately identify what that item is. This could work for something like a basket. This could work for something even larger, something smaller. So it's dynamic, and it allows for us to go into different markets.
For now, Caper's carts are still in the pilot stage.
I think this job isn't going away anytime soon. I don't really think you could automate the entire cashiering space. So for us, it's really an opportunity to direct this change in the market the way we see fit. There's a lot of different tech solutions that will take somebody away from a brick and mortar location. So what we're building is a technology that makes the experience and the convenience that you'd see online back offline.
Today's 10 out of 10 segment is for all the Lord of the Rings fans out there. We found your ultimate vacation rental. Not too far from Asheville, North Carolina, a Hobbit hole home is under construction. It's only about 800 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and it doesn't have a lot of natural light since 90% of it's underground. But hey, it's a perfect fit for a Frodo, and its builders hope fans will rent it for an unforgettable experience. They'll certainly find it inhabitable. Terrible. And as an added build bonus, it's a lot closer than Middle Earth. It should Lego last a long time, though you'll have to be careful at the Gondor before you give it a ring. I'm Carl Azus. You have our Tolkien of appreciation for your fellowship.